welcome to another episode of the J&J Toy Giants Toy Unboxing. I am your host, JD. We got a big episode for you today. I'm going to be going over some more WWE Elite figures that I've been wanting to get, but they just haven't been in the stores. So I'm talking about the WrestleMania Elite, Edge from WrestleMania 22, and China from WrestleMania X7, so 17. And I finally, with these two figures, I finally completed my very first Build-A-Figure from their series of Build-A-Figures that they have. For this one, it's actually Paul Ellering and Rocco. So, but that's just not it. I'm also going to be going over Series 8, Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat, and I've already unboxed the Ultimate Warrior. You can see on the back right there. And also, as you've seen in the previous episodes of the J&J Toy Giants Toy Unboxing, I've already done Goldberg and Shawn Michaels. So, definitely excited to get into these figures. So, we're going to do like we always do. We're going to let her breathe. All right, we're going to start up with Viva la Raza, Eddie Guerrero from the Legend Series 8 from the WWE Legend Series, only available at Target. I was able to find this dude for like $10 on Target. I'm a part of a lot of Facebook groups, and one of the groups, I believe it was the Fit Cave that I'm a part of, had it said, hey, Target has this for $10. Normally they're 20. And so I jumped at the chance and I'm like, nah, I'm getting that bad boy. I haven't been able to find this guy forever. So I was able to snatch him up. So this is the Eddie Guerrero that with his gear that he was wearing around, I would say 2005, 2006 when he turned heel. It started early 2005, right before WrestleMania, where him and Rey Mysterio were kind of going at it, and then it got even worse, it basically escalated until SummerSlam, which is when they started while he's wearing this "I'm Your Papi" T-shirt or tank top, is because he was in his heel turn. He was telling everybody that he was gonna tell everybody the secret that Rey Mysterio has been keeping secret for 6 years. I believe Dominic, his son, was 6 years old at the time. And the whole storyline, spoiler alert, stating that he was actually Dominic's dad because Rey Mysterio's wife couldn't have kids, and they really wanted a kid, and so they basically, I guess he donated. He was able to donate his DNA, and so they were able to have a child. So basically he helped them out so that they could have a child, and that he was actually the biological father of Dominic, and that ended up in like a ladder match. It escalated to a ladder match at SummerSlam 2006, where it was a ladder match between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero for the contract and custody papers to be Dominic's biological father or father, legal guardian. And so that's the whole story. And so this is how he was kind of like, he was kind of letting his like blonde highlights come out a little bit at that point in time. Normally he had black hair and it was kind of like a crew cut. And at that point in time, this is also the time where he started to become big friends with Batista at the time. It was the World Heavyweight Championship, World Heavyweight Champion at that time. And he was tag team, I believe they were tag team champions at the time as well. So this soft good I'm Your Papi t-shirt already comes with the figure already on. I know with soft goods, they're usually trying to have that separate because of the material ends up staining the actual figure over time. So it all depends on, how long they've been in the actual box as well. But this is a really great figure, spot on. The actual the decals, or the detail rather, the paint job that they have, it always says Latino on the back of his tights there. But I like it a lot. These are the boots that he always had for since his run in WWE. And the boots that he wore when he won the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar at No Way Out. And he He defended it at WrestleMania 20. But this is a really cool figure. I'm glad that I have an Eddie Guerrero, especially this one, because I needed to add this on to my Hall of Fame / Legends ring. And I have 2 of them now because they're about to start to get really full. And slowly but surely trying to get all of my basics. I didn't have the basics of Eddie, but trying to get all elites and remove all my basics and either hand it down to Jaden, or I'm just going to keep him in a tote, but we shall see. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so the next one we're going to be going over is the Rated R Superstar Edge. One of the favorite wrestler of Kenny from the Fit Cave. Wanted to give him a shout out. Also, I've talked about the Fit Cave quite often in my videos. Also, because the administrators are part of kind of like a collaboration of podcasts that are all come together, and they wanted to start a Facebook group for all collectors. So you want to check out the call up, and I'm going to leave the link in the description of the podcast. Also, the Run-In podcast, and also the Fig Cave podcast. You want to check those out. I'm going to leave the link in the description as well. And WrestleGeddon podcast. Those are going to be all listed in the description of this video. Be sure to check them out. It's free, people. It's free. Just go to where all your podcast, platforms are at. Look them up, and I'm going to leave a link where you can actually go right to them and subscribe. If you're a wrestling fan, or if you're just a collector, of different collections, those are where you want to take a listen. And Kenny's a really cool dude. I've had some interactions with him many times on the Facebook group. He's a really cool dude, and check him out. So, as I said, he is a really great fan of Edge. So this is Edge from his WrestleMania 22 appearance when he had a street fight with Mick Foley, and this was in Chicago, and that was a hardcore match if I ever saw one. It was a street fight, but we all know what happened at the end of that match, right?
Oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh my God! Oh my God!
That is right. That when I saw that match, I was like, holy, But definitely want to check that out if you actually have the WWE Network on Peacock. Check out WrestleMania 22, and you won't be sorry for that, specifically that match. But, I mean, also, too, I wanted to, before I go into the review of this figure, I am almost done with my Paul Ellering, which is part of a Build-A-Figure, this WrestleMania series that Edge is a part of. You get to build a figure of Paul Ellering and Rocco, so I'm almost done. And of course, obviously in the next figure, I'll be able to complete him. But let's get down to brass tacks here. So this is definitely spot on as far as like his gear that he wore on WrestleMania 22. But his head scan, I don't know. It may just be me, but he does look a little bit like Kaz. Big Cass from Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Tell me I'm not lying with the way that this head sculpt looks. It looks a little bit like him, right? But be that as it may, I had him in these, the horns hands, because that's usually what he does on his entrance. They have other hands that were like holding a bat, because he also comes with a bat, because that's what he brought down to the ring during the street fight with Mick Foley. And I'm surprised they didn't have like a build a Lita or something like that. But you can also get Lita on the Royal Rumble series, because she's also in her depiction during that time frame when she was going around with Edge. There were a couple at the time, and that's a whole nother story for another video. But research Edge and Lita story, and you'll see exactly what happened there. It was a pretty controversial, and it's part of wrestling history. But I like it. This Elite is pretty cool. I'm going to definitely put him in my Hall of Fame ring, because even though he is currently in the current roster, this is not his current attire, and I'm hopefully be able to get that Ultimate Edition for Edge, or even maybe just the regular Elite. There's the Chase and a common of Edge, but this is going in my Hall of Fame Legends ring. It's pretty cool right there. And that is it. There's really not much you can say about this figure. It's pretty basic. We're not basic, but it's pretty simple, to the point. The only thing you can't really see on this, it's not a soft goods, it's a rubbery type thing that's already on the arms. You can't see his full name, where it says, normally it says Edge on it. But that's just nitpicking. But let's go to the next figure. All right, so the final figure that we're going to be going over with you today is Don't Treat Her Like a Woman, Don't Treat Her Like a Man, Chyna. And also known as, her real name is Joanie Laurer. Rest in peace. She had passed away not too long ago. But this is Chyna when she was the women's champion. The way that she's dressed, or her depiction of this figure, is when she was the women's champion back in 2001. 2001? Yeah, it was WrestleMania X7. So yeah, that was 2001. And she had wrestled Ivory when she was part of the Right to Censor. She had won the women's championship from her at that time. This is what she was looking like at that time. Also want to say, and just show, build a figure is complete. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, because I put Rocco on his arm, but because he's too heavy, his arm just kind of pulls down a little bit. But that is sweet. My first ever Build-A-Figure that I've ever completed for WWE Elite figures, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, Paul Ellering, the manager of the LOD, Legion of Doom, or the Road Warriors, however you want to know them. I remember them as the Legion of Doom, and then I found out that their name was the Road Warriors when they were with Jim Crockett Promotions and WCW. But it comes with another head, which was a more recent head of Paul Ellering. But this is what his face looked like when he was managing them by the time. I don't know when Rocco became like a thing with them. He was carrying them around. I remember him from when they were in Wembley Stadium in SummerSlam 92. And so I just wanted to take a quick minute to show off that I finally completed a Build-A-Figure. Yeah. All right, back to the review. Now that I've already, shouted out to the mountaintops that I've completed my first Build-A-Figure for Elites or WWE. But this is actually a cool figure for Chyna. This was her second one. Because the first Chyna figure after she had departed from the company, she was kind of blackballed for a little bit. And if you read up on her, why she was kind of blackballed for the longest time. But her first figure that came out from Mattel, because I didn't even know if she even had a Classic Superstars one when they was with Jax. But her first figure back when they started doing her figures again was the 2-pack of Triple H and Chyna, back from the early DX days. And then this was the second one that came out, which depicted her WrestleMania X7 days during 2001. So hopefully they'll probably do maybe like a 2099 Chyna. Hopefully. I'm hoping we'll be able to get more Chyna figures in the future. But this is a pretty cool figure. She was jacked. She was very jacked. And she was able to, she was actually the very first woman to ever be in the WWE's men's Royal Rumble. It was never ever heard of for a woman to do that. And also her to be the very first women's or woman to be able to win the WWE Intercontinental Championship. All right, so this is going to be going into my Hall of Fame WWE Legends ring, because she is a Hall of Famer, but she was recently inducted in the Hall of Fame as part of DX. So she'll probably be a 2-time Hall of Famer when she goes in by herself, if they ever do that. I'm sure she will. But yeah, so that does it for this review. I'll be with you in a second. And that does it for this edition of the Toy Unboxing from J&J Toy Giants. Again, I am your host, JD. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and also follow us on TikTok. Also, we just revamped our Patreon page. If you guys want to support the channel, donate or basically support the channel in any way you can, everything goes right back into the channel. And if you are a Patreon, we will give you a shout out on the next episode, give you an actual personal thank you from Jaden and I, and possibly we can do like a simulcast tour review. Don't know. Everything's new around here. So definitely check us out on patreon.com, J&J Toy Giants. Just search us up right there. But be sure to also look at any of the other videos. If you're just first time here, thank you very much for watching. Be safe and keep on cruising. Bye.
¿Qué onda, muchacho? Arriba las manos, caballo moreno, penetra.